Hello Pisces, this is a timeless reading for you. I am using my own tarot cards for this reading, my black and white duality tarot. And I'm getting something about someone being very active at night, being able to focus very well at night. We have this imitation card here, which is not always a super good thing to imitate someone or something. Imitation in my deck is the opposite of creativity, but it doesn't have to be a negative card. And I'm actually, especially from the first row here, I'm getting a very good feeling when I look at these cards. It just feels very light and bright in my heart. Like these somehow this card right now reminds me of learning something. It is not, I mean, being creative is great, but it is also sometimes it makes sense to just imitate someone or something. Sometimes if someone is very good at something, we can imitate this person to a certain degree and then later add our own flavor, our own character, our own interpretation of everything to it. But sometimes we need this process of learning and imitating some kind of crafting or whatever it is. And I'm getting that sense from that card right now, that it stands for some kind of learning. Also the Knight card. You know, the Knight card can mean that something is in the dark or that something is just dark, which is not always comfortable. But as I said, there is such a good feeling that I'm having when I look at these cards. So it could also just indicate for some of you that soon you might learn, I mean not literally learn that you are studying something during that, but that you might have a certain realization at night. Or that, you know, something good is coming into your life during a certain night. I'm just getting this very... It makes me think of these super warm summer nights when the day was so hot and in the evening it just cools down a little bit, but not entirely, so that even in the middle of the night you can still go out in a t-shirt and it still feels warm and comfortable, but it's not super hot anymore. And you just go out and have some fun. It feels like, it gives me this safe feeling. Like it's not a frightening night situation. It feels very safe, very embracing and warm. And for some of you, this could be some kind of party, but it doesn't have to be for... Some people work at night, during a night shift. I'm suddenly getting something about maybe a safari, but it doesn't have to be such a thing. It can also just be some kind of camping, like, because there are so many animals in these two pictures here. That maybe you are someone who likes to watch or photograph animals and you try to capture them during the night to see what their lives are like during nighttime. There is something about that. We also, but it's not the season for this. This was, I think, in November. In Germany, we have some kind of holiday where parents go out at night with their children with these, oh my god, what's the English word? Lanterns. These things that you can carry, put a candle into, and then it's bright, and you just carry them in front of you. And they walk through the streets with the candlelight and sing some songs. And you know, it's some kind of celebration of certain saint that we have here in Germany, and it's usually actually a celebration for kids, as far as I know. So this could be something. There's something during nighttime that is giving you some kind of realization. There's some kind of learning. There is some kind of I don't know, it just feels good. And as I said, we have the good card here. So this is something that gives you a lot of joy. I don't know why that is coming up in your reading. It seems a little bit superficial. I actually really like profound readings where there's, something. I'm not getting a lot of details. I'm sorry. It just feels super light in the first row. In the second row, there is something about you maybe regretting or not regretting. I don't feel like you regret something. I feel like you maybe in a situation you had your heart on your tongue, like you were saying something that was very honest and very blunt. Not necessarily in a mean way, but you are just being very authentic, and very direct, and that might have caused some friction in someone, but I don't see like you're being bothered by it. I mean, it could be the other way around, that maybe someone was like this towards you, and then you're the one who is feeling this friction and this provocation. But for most of you, I feel like, you are in this situation where you feel a little bit carefree, and I don't feel like you were saying something unfair or you were being provocative for no reason, or, towards someone who was innocent. I feel like you were just being honest and not mean or intentionally hurting someone. But sometimes people get triggered very quickly. For very few of you, I'm getting as an exception, because I earlier said that most of you knew that this was the right thing to say, and the other part is feeling the friction. For just a few of you, I'm getting that maybe it's not an actual kind of regret, like in your mind you had to say it because it was true, but you feel a little bit agitated about that you were in a position where you had to say something very directly, and now the person is triggered, and the fact that the other person is triggered is triggering you a little bit as well, because you didn't want to pick a fight, but maybe the other person tried to, provoke you. Then you said something honest back. Now they are triggered, and you are triggered as well, because they forced you to say such a thing. There is something about that. That's a weird reading. I mean, it's not weird, but I never know what is coming up. It's just so different than the other readings. And the last card is yes. I feel like whatever this situation was about, this was the right thing to say. And this friction is intentional. Like, it seems to be that life was giving you this situation as some kind of opportunity to realize something, and maybe to test you. Maybe if you were someone who often swallowed... Sorry, there was a weird noise in my apartment. I think it was my coffee machine. That maybe if you were someone who often suppressed their own truth, you swallowed your own truth because you were afraid of the consequences, what would happen if you speak it out loud, that this was to be taken away. Like, if you have you don't have to call anyone names or shout. You can just say it in a polite and mature way, especially if someone is saying something mean or stupid to you. You have the right to say something back, at least to say sorry. No, you don't have to apologize even. You can just say, no, that's not the right way to speak to me. I will not listen to you anymore. Just leave my office, or whatever the situation was about, Just as an example. And you know, some people are people pleasers and then they stay polite even if the worst idiot is attacking them. And maybe you feel a little bit weird about the situation now, but it seems like it was the right thing to say or right thing to do. And maybe it was for some of you like a test. And when you pass the test, it's like you will receive some kind of confirmation, and something that maybe was stuck for you for a long time will finally open because you have learned a certain lesson. Also, it could be that maybe this was regarding a kind of person that you were stuck with for a very long time, and now you finally said something to them that, you know, triggered them. They will, you know, be irritated, but finally leave you alone. And this is like a door opening to your freedom from this person or situation. There is just this huge opening with, you know, I haven't pulled any more cards. Like this feels very free to me. Like, yes, finally something is getting locked up. The door is open and you can walk out into a new situation, into a new phase of life. And everything is open there. That's how it feels. And the reading is not giving me any further information about this. It's just like, it feels freeing, whatever this was about for you. And now I'm gonna pull some letters and numbers. I recently found those cubes in one of those super cheap shop. Maybe in some... It's some kind of €1 shop, and in other countries it's probably a $1 shop. And I thought maybe it's fun to use them in my tarot readings. And they are black and white, so they match the cards here. Oh, this is a lot. In the previous reading, I couldn't figure out some proper words, especially because I'm not a native English speaker. Maybe, you know, sometimes people will find something easily in those letters that I'm not seeing. So we have 3, 3, 5. We have a 6 as well, or a 9. Take it however it resonates for you. You have a P, I, Z, T, Y, L, R, S, and an M or W. Oh, it's not an L, it's a 7. So we have 3, 3, 5, 6, 7. And I'm already struggling. I'm trying to figure out if there's some kind of name or word in it. RIP. Rest in peace. Maybe for this situation or person that you were honest to. Misty. Maybe there's something really easy that I'm not seeing. A name. Oh, we have twist. No, we don't have twist. Oh my God. Why is that so hard? Spy. No, I can't figure anything out, especially not a name. Tim. Ooh, I found one name. Tim. Maybe Tim is a spy. And you caught him spying and told him bluntly what you think of him. No, sorry, probably not. Come on, there must be something else. Is that awkward? No, I can't figure anything out. If you find something that I'm not seeing, especially another name, then you can write it into the comments. So I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching.